Hey guys, trying something a little new here. Here we have a Sega Genesis with a Sega CD add-on, plus be adding one of these to the mix. So, setting up the Sega CD, Genesis, and 32X at once is a mess. And I want to show you the process of getting one of these things hooked up, because it is pretty ridiculous if you've never done it before. So I have a Model 1 Genesis, so that makes things a little more complicated than they need to be. I don't actually have the little inserts that you're supposed to put in the Genesis, but you don't really need them, so we're not going to worry about that. So I've already got all the power cords plugged in, so we're just going to hook this up real quick. So first things first, power in the Genesis. Then next, make sure you don't mix up your AC adapters. So here's the Sega CD. You can already tell this is a mess of cords. So we'll get the Sega CD powered. And then finally, we'll grab the Sega 32X. Get that powered. Okay, so this is already a mess, but it is what it is with the Genesis 32X stuff. All right, next, let's get over to this fun stuff. So, actually, most importantly, we have this fun thing. So now this is actually a custom thing I found online. It is designed specifically for hooking up a Model 1 Genesis to a 32X, because you used to need like an adapter thing. But easy enough, just plug this end into the back of the Genesis. And then you want to make sure you plug this into the proper port. So you want to go into the in port, not the out. Make sure that's hooked up. Okay, so that's another wire added in here. And then next, you're going to want your AV cables. Let's get those unwrapped real quick. And then you want to connect those to the out on the 32X. Sorry about the lighting and shaky camera. First time I'm trying one of these. All right, and then we'll plug in. For my personal setup, I'm going to use my converter here. I only want to plug in the video, and that is because Genesis Model 1 has an actual stereo out option on the system itself, and I prefer to use that. So then you get a separate cable, so another cable to this mess. And we'll plug that directly into the headphone jack on the system. And then we'll grab the audio cables and we'll plug those into our converter as well, real quick. All right, let's move these cords out of the way. And if everything was done right, it should work. We should get the Sega CD title screen. Perfect. Audio is coming out of, fun fact, audio is completely controlled by the Genesis. Yep. So that's the fun joys of hooking up a Genesis 32X Sega CD combo. I mean, look at this mess. Yeah. But also I wouldn't recommend doing this unless you're that much of a fanatic. If you really want to use the 32X, you don't need the Sega CD unless you're playing one of those like rare CD 32X games. And if you're playing the Genesis one, you really don't need the 32X, or the CD, you don't need the 32X. This is just me wanting to show off how much of a complicated mess this is. Anyways, yeah, trying a new thing here.